Let's go, girls.
I wish that was improvised.
I can't fucking
Damn
control
it,
what comes out of my brain.
I can't control anything right now. Out of all the control.
Did you like this Super Bowl?
I did. And I'm really sad that I didn't watch it on Nickelodeon because it looked like they had some pretty sweet stuff going on and like graphics.
Wait,
Oh, like SpongeBob was on there. It was great.
wait,
Yeah. And they were like,
Nickelodeon had the Super
mm-hmm.
Bowl? What?
They had, yeah, I'm like, SpongeBob did his whole fucking
This
like,
country still confuses me. But
it
okay.
was awesome. I mean, they were
It was.
totally indoctrinating a whole new generation of football players, but didn't Taylor Swift already
Wow.
do this?
Football fans. Football fans.
Football
Yeah.
fan, excuse me.
Meanwhile, I still don't understand why they pass forward. But,
Why they,
pass forward. I'm from a rugby nation. You have to pass back. It's different. The rules are different. I don't care. Rugby's
so,
better.
rugby
I'll die on that
TikTok.
hill.
After reviewing for scientific purposes, rugby TikTok, I agree with you, 100%.
Yeah. Rugby's a great sport. Yeah. So it cracked me up. Did you see that post on Exotic Angels? And they were making fun of this girl who made a TikTok talking about how one of the girls fell off the pole because Usher had the pole dancers, and she's like made this whole post about how embarrassing it was that this girl fell off the pole. She didn't fall off the pole, bitch. That's a ball drop.
Yeah, like that's literally a move.
She didn't
It's because you don't know
fall.
what
She
you're
did
looking
that on
at.
purpose. You'd be embarrassed now. I wonder if she's taken that
Yeah,
down. That the strippers got hold of it like that. And now that girl
I
is
saw
like
it on
famous for being
TikTok.
embarrassing.
Yeah, everyone. And I looked at the comments on TikTok too. It was like,
You've just
she
embarrassed
didn't
yourself by trying to
fall.
be mean about somebody else.
Yeah, that's so.
And now all the strippers all over the world are coming for you.
You fucking trying to be like the guys and pick on the
I know,
strippers.
trying to shame somebody, and then yeah, that's like almost instant karma basically. But yeah. Ooh, there was another post, and it was like I can't remember where I saw it. I think it might have been Exotic Angels as well. There, but that was another thing. Like some girl in the gym was filming another girl. Did I tell you this? She was like she's at Planet Fitness, which is but she we've all done it, it's the most easy. It's like the McDonald's of the gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's at Planet Fitness. I can see the purple and the yellow. And she's like
Donald.
she films it. She films it is. It's like it's like
Yeah.
it's like McDonald's, Starbucks, Deja Vu. It's all that,
Yeah.
Planet Fitness. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but she's there and she's on the treadmill or like the stepper thing, and she films herself first, and she's got makeup on at the gym, but whatever, she's doing her and she's looking all cute. But then she's like, these BBLs are getting out of control, and then she turns her fucking camera around and is filming this other woman who is walking on the treadmill. Unbeknownst to this woman, she's being filmed by this girl, and this girl puts it on her Snapchat and her TikTok. And that woman with the amazing ass, by the way. And if she didn't pay for it, I'm jealous because it was juicy. She had a very juicy bottom. And this other girl's being a hater, and she found it online. This woman found it and called her out, and so now this girl got like all kinds of hate. It's like, that's a lot of energy that you have to invest in making fun of other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I love it when people get caught out with that, and it backfires.
It turns me on a little.
It does. It turns me on a little bit. Not as much as The Last Dance from Magic Mike, which I was watching right before this. Like, that shit was better than porn. I haven't even seen the whole movie. I had to stop it, but I had to rub one out because it was like when Channing Tatum is dancing for Salma Hayek. I'm sorry, as a bisexual, my mind was just like... I was like, who thought of this? Because this is genius. Yeah, no, it was really fucking hot. And he's dancing, and she's like she's like the very wealthy older woman. She's all stylish in her fucking fancy ass house, and her God, she's fucking hot. Salma Hayek's so sexy. And then of course Channing Tatum is Channing Tatum. And yeah, he's giving her a lap dance like all over her fucking expensive furniture. And I'm just like, oh! It was so hot. It was so fucking wildly choreographed, and like I can't, like, none of it would actually happen, but I don't give a fuck. It was so sexy. It was really fucking sexy, and he looks. They both look really fucking hot. It's on Netflix. You can watch the movie. Like, even I haven't even seen the whole movie. I don't even care if the movie is shit at this point. That one scene of him dancing for her in the fancy house, it was just like, it was so fucking good.
Did you
so
just
good.
Thumbs up?
It's my thing as it's uploading. I don't know why it does it. I don't know. Yeah.
Your boobs look great.
Thank you. It's yeah. I don't know. I can barely contain them. They're just like they're just gonna get their own planet at some point. They're just they're gonna form their own ecosystem. They've got their own gravitational pull. Yeah. I can't. Honestly, it actually hurts to wear bikinis now. Like, I can only really wear them for photo shoots, and I can wear them for like 2 hours on a shift.
Because of the weight on your strap?
Because it's so bad. So yeah, I just wear like these little crappy things. Like, they're amazing. I love these little like boob tube things. Just hold my titties in.
I just ordered it's like a 20 pack of body stockings and like various.
Perfect. I love that shit.
Yeah.
See, like, Amazon's okay for stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I just watched this thing on it's a docuseries, and it's called Broken. And the first episode was about makeup and the positive things about like beauty influencers and indie brands and stuff like that. You know, like, it's not just this big conglomerate thing. Like, you can actually make a lot of money as one person, like being a beauty influencer, creating your own brand, and you're so much more in touch with what people want, especially like the younger consumers. And but the downside of that is they do that, like, you know, say like Kylie Jenner, for example, and I'm not saying that she's an indie brand by any means, but like, they do this limited edition thing, and so there's a lot of sellout, and that's part of their marketing strategy, is to not actually make a huge amount, so that there's a demand culture for it, you know, so it feels like it's more exclusive. But what the downside of that is, like, when stuff sells out on the website, then people go and look for it elsewhere, which creates a demand for counterfeit products. And counterfeit products, while they may look like the real thing, are not made by the same chemists. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not at all the same thing made in a different factory, or, you know, it's like made with, they found, like, there was a dermatologist on there, and she was talking about how for a while there was this huge uptick in people who were getting styes and pink eye and contact dermatitis and all these problems. And then they realized that it was because of all the counterfeit makeup that they were buying. So people are buying shit online on like places like Amazon and eBay because they can't find them in the website has already sold out, right? But all of that shit is fake. And people think that they're buying directly from Amazon, so it's going to be the real thing, but it's not. It's because it's a third party. They're just there to make their money, so they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop it. And all of the reviews are bullshit. So yeah, anything that you buy like that, you've got to be really careful that you're getting it from the actual distributor, which is really disgusting. Imagine putting like mouse shit on your face, heavy metals, all kinds of stuff.
Listen, there was a point in my life where I fantasized about being hung by meat hooks, like, in palm trees. I wanted to have horn implants.
Yeah, you would look hot like that, though.
Yeah, I stopped everything.
Do you want me to tell you not to do it? Because I feel like
I like just have a little
that type of modification, I think is fucking cool. But like, I wouldn't myself. I feel like I would get them on things all the time.
Do you know me? Have we met?
But you would look so cute with little horns. You would. Oh my. We should just get you some fake ones that you can stick on just from time to time.
To try. Well, you have it's like a surface. It'd be like a surface piercing, but like
yeah, we're not
I
the
mean,
right people to tell each other that they shouldn't do shit because
I'm pretty sure I told you
yeah.
to get this tattoo.
Yeah, no, I know. I fucking love that tattoo, and it goes.
I
It's
love
from the
it. It'd be really
Never-Ending
hot.
Story. Those sphinxes are so sexy. I love that. I love that. Oh my god, that whole whoever designed that movie was a genius. It's so aesthetically pleasing. The Never-Ending Story, and those two sphinx women with their titties out. It's such a sexy picture, and I wanted it on my back originally because I've got the Orin already, and I looked at it, and then I'm like, no, actually, I want the wings to like cover the shape of my butt, and then it's like the area where no one can pass is like my butthole. So like that would be, but I know it would look cool.
Tattoo.
And I'm like, I don't need that. Like, I don't need to be spending that much money on tattoos right now. I don't need it. And I'm like, somebody tell me no. And I knew you were the wrong person. You're like, do it!
Dude, it'd be so hot. You won't regret it.
It would be hot. No, I probably wouldn't. But honestly, I don't know if I could do tattoos. I think my time for tattoos, like good tattoos, it's gone because I've spent so long tanning. I have really probably damaged my skin to the point where tattoos don't take very well. They like bleed, you know?
I don't know. I think it depends on the person.
On the tattoo artist or my skin.
Or on your skin.
Like, I don't know. It's pretty.
I think that's just fading.
Seems kind of blurry.
It's faded. It's probably just not done very well.
This has been done twice. When it first got redone, it was great.
How old is it?
I don't know. How old am I? Fuck. I think I got it when I was like 24. So it's like, and then I've got it redone again when I was like 30. So it's like 10 years since it's been touched. Almost.
I think the sun that you got after it probably affected it. If you're not protecting it.
Right. Yeah, and it's not a very protected place. My back probably needs redoing too, because it's been about 10 years since that one's been done. What else do you want to get? I know you want more tattoos.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to finish this up, and I don't want to leave that one. I just want to finish. My goal is just finish what's been started and go from there. But I'm going to probably leave this one until I get a nice design to come up here.
Yeah.
To add on to here. Because this is actually two different pieces that two different artists. And yeah, just keep bringing that up. Figure out a way to make it go.
You should get a big titty blonde. I'll pose for it. You should just get me
sold.
tattooed.
I'll do it. I'm in. I want the one of you riding the horse that's up here. Riding the saddle.
Oh, with my butt? The butt one? Okay, yeah. That was a good butt shot. Yeah. I have to do a lot of work, like, on my butt to get it like that. And then not lose. It's such hard work to have a butt and to have a flat stomach. Naturally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of money to get it to work, and then you've got to let it. If you're going to go and do surgery, I mean, it's a lot anyway. But like, to just do it naturally, it's very difficult. You get maybe 2 days of your ass looking perfect and your abs looking perfect, and then you either lose ass or you lose abs.
I've been very fortunate with my abs because I worked on them really hard for a long time. But when I was able to get to my goal weight, which was about 30 pounds heavier than I am now, and still have abs, I was like, because I had ass too. And
you've got a nice butt. It's not like a big butt, but it's a nice butt.
When you gain a lot of weight and then you lose it.
Yeah.
I feel like the shape and everything is great and I'm happy with it, but the reason I made such a conscious effort after I had my son to put on more weight was because I gained a lot of weight with him. And when I lost it, I had space to fill. So
that was like my titties. Yeah, that was my titties, and but I couldn't do anything about that but fill them up with squeaky toys. That would be
But
on
they
cigarette.
honk
Like,
like a little clown noise.
yeah, and especially because like a lot of the guys that I dance for are like 22. They'd be like,
There it is.
squeak.
Mommy.
One of my friends messaged me. Made a post. He's like, "How is it you keep? It's like you look so good. You don't ever stop what you're doing." And I'm like, "It's because it's all of the 22-year-olds that I give lap dances to. I'm like sucking their like
There
youthful
you.
energy. Yeah, I'm
There
like
it is.
sucking it out. Like every 3 songs that they get, they're taking 10 years off their life. But I feel like it's a good
It's a
trade.
fair trade.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let me.
You need to take a break.
No, sorry.
Okay. Right.
I kept getting messages from Molly Jane. She's not feeling well right now. I don't want to make sure that she has
Oh,
Benadryl.
we love Molly.
We love Molly.
I know it sucks. There's so much stuff going around there, and because it's cold. Yeah. Did you work Super Bowl Sunday? Oh no, you
Mm-mm.
watched it. Yeah.
I
I
watched it.
thought about
Yeah.
it. I thought about it for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, no.
No
I
one's.
wonder how the
Everyone's watching the
Vegas girls
game
did. Yeah, but like afterwards,
afterwards.
I
Yeah.
bet Vegas was lit. But
I bet.
like it
Yeah.
sounds like they had like you had to audition ahead of time.
Hmm.
There was hundreds and hundreds of girls at each club. I feel like unless you are featuring, I feel like it would be a lot of fucking effort.
Hmm.
Like you'd have to get
Unless you're
really lucky.
guaranteed that check. Yeah.
Yeah, like you'd have to get lucky with the right type of people because when it's that busy and there's that many girls, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got to get your license, and it's pretty expensive.
Oh yeah, it is. How much is the license? I've forgotten the last time. I think my license for Vegas needs to
100.
be redone. I don't even think I'm going to redo it now because I don't know the next time I'm ever going to perform in Vegas.
I don't have one there anymore because when mine expired, they wouldn't give me a new one.
Yeah, I don't know when the next time I would be performing in Vegas would be. So I think my North Vegas one, I don't think it's expired yet, but it will expire at the end of this year.
Hmm.
So I could still go and like perform at the Palomino, which is where I did the Miss New World. But yeah, that one lasts longer and it's not as expensive. But is it Cook County? No, Clark County. Cook County. Clark County. Yeah, the Vegas one. It's not as long, and it's. I think last time I talked to Angel, she was like $400 or something.
I think what was maybe it was just the permit that's it. I
If
got the
somebody's
permit.
watching this on YouTube, if there's any Vegas strippers on this, like we're out of touch. Like how much is? Tell us. Comment below
I
on our
I
YouTube channel how much the Vegas sheriff's card is, because I've
because I know
forgotten.
you have to get it's about 100 for the permit, and then you have a certain number of months
But you
before you
have to
have to
get
pay for the whole for the sheriff's card.
okay. But you have to get, in order to get the sheriff's card, you have to get a letter from a club
The
as
club,
well, right? Yes, to say that you're going to be
that they
working
give you
there.
the
Yeah.
paperwork.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
now, I would go in there so sporadically to work that I don't think I ever actually got the license. I would just get my sheriff's card or my permit.
Oh.
No, I would be able to. I was still within. No. The club
Right.
wouldn't let me work if it was that bad. But like every time I would go would be for a couple of weeks at a time, and it was every few years. So it was,
Yeah.
I would go and renew my permit, and then by the time it was time to pay up the to get the whole card, like I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
gonna need it. So I always got it and used, did it legally, but I never needed to go all the way. So I
I
don't remember,
never.
but it was a lot of money.
Yeah. I've never house danced in Vegas. I've only ever done shows, so my privilege is showing.
I don't know. I tried it out, and
I feel like it would have been better post-COVID, like pre-COVID.
that's when I was there.
Yeah.
So I feel like now it would be a lot more difficult now
Yeah,
after
I would
that.
imagine. Are they going the same way as California? That's another thing I don't know. It's still like all independent contractors there, right? Because I can't imagine them having like 300 fucking employees. Because most of
Yeah.
California is like going the way of the employee thing. Why do people want to do that? Why?
Okay. So the arguments I've heard are they don't like to be told what to do. I mean, oh, I'm paying you, you work for me kind of thing. And it's like they don't, but I will say a lot of
Oh, so
clubs.
the argument for the club. No, I understand why the club would want some of the girls to be employees, even though it's
No,
more
I'm saying why the
expensive.
girls want that. A lot of
They
the
want to,
girls want that. A lot of the girls were pushing at the time for um, not to be treated a certain way and
right.
that put on schedules and whatnot. And they were asking for a lot when the girls were not even employees.
When the girls are independent contractors and they were paying to work.
Yes.
Right.
So a lot of the girls felt like they had been wronged,
So they may as well
and
be employees anyway. Or they just,
so they
that's
would
what came out of
sue.
the lawsuit, is that they then
Lawsuits.
had to be
A
employees.
lot of lawsuits.
Right. Because I can't imagine any dancer, like, and maybe I'm just old school because I've done it for a long time. Like, I can't imagine anyone in my generation of dancers, like, opting to be an employee. But when I had a club, I wanted there to be the option for girls to be employees. But if they were employees, you best believe they're going to show up when we open at 4 o'clock on a Monday, because we would
Yeah.
have customers and we wouldn't have girls. That was the downside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand, like, that is part of it, because no girl wants to show up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you have dudes there.
Absolutely.
And you're like, well, the strippers are going to show up when they show up. So if you have a smaller club, it's great. Like, if you can have, like, I don't know, just 5 or 6 girls as employees to work the shifts, but you got to pay them like a decent amount of money to make it worth it.
Yeah.
Some of it's like kind of sneaky, in the way that they're making the girls pay for the tax and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I can't assume that I know everything that was going on over there. I just know some of the complaints. And it is common. We see it all the time. Thankfully with social media, we see what these girls are posting from their local clubs,
I
where
know,
like
and they
some of the
say what
roles
they're
are
paying.
fucking wild.
I know, it's crazy. Like, I pay basically fuck all to work in Tampa, which is a strip club hub. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's busy. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I work in a great club, which is featured in the magazine this month. Anyway,
Yes.
shout out to 2001 Odyssey.
Check out their website.
Yeah,
Check out their website.
2001live.com. My ass is on there, along with another, like, I don't know, probably 200 other hotties, maybe more.
Oh, yeah, I saw those pictures.
I know, they're all really fucking good looking.
Like they all
Like, all
seem
of
so
them.
nice.
But all different.
Do you want to be my friend?
No, that's literally
So
me when I show up.
funny.
I'm like, I made cookies. Be my friend.
I would befriend all of them.
No, yeah, there's all kinds of beautiful bitches that work there. They're all like really, yeah, they're all really hot, and there's a lot of them. And people walk in and they're like, "This is a small club, but oh my god, there's so many girls." Like, but yeah, there is.
Well, it sounds like they know how to they found a
They
good
know how
balance.
to take care of us. Hot girls can go anywhere. I think we've talked about this before. Hot women can work anywhere. So, when you treat your entertainers appropriately, they're going to want to work for you. And they don't, like, the amount of, like, I'm always going to tip out more than I'm, like, expected to, but they don't expect a lot of tip out. House fee is, like, not, it's, like, totally reasonable. Do you know what I mean? For the amount of money. And I feel like when I look online and some of these girls are working in the middle of fuck nowhere, and they're talking about how their house fee is like $65 to like $100. And I'm like, how are you, like, if you're in the middle of nowhere and you're paying that much money, just when you get there, you've got to be like, and say the dances are like $20. You're like, I've got to do 5 lap dances before I pay, like, before I even break even. And that to me is wild. That's like them making money off the entertainer.
I wonder
because it's the easiest way. And they know that they can because there's no other clubs around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I just feel like there's no need to charge that much for a house.
I there's $70, $80 in the Midwest for
I
for house
know.
fee is
I know because you just don't know, like especially like some of those clubs can do so well, and then other
hmm
nights you don't do shit.
Yep.
And that's what I liked running a club because it was like if we had a bad night, girls would be like I will make a statement that our house fee was never that high. But like
hmm
on those nights when girls come in on a Tuesday and it was a shitty Tuesday or like and they'd be like, I'm making money, I'm like, don't worry about house fee. You can do that when you're like an independent company, like when you don't have to answer to somebody
Answer to
else.
everyone.
Yeah. 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 I don't mind paying house fee at all. If I come in, I pay my house fee, I work, I make my money, and everything's working the way it's supposed to work.
hmm
Like you come in and your house fee should come, like you come in, you should have a clean workspace.
But a lot of
Like,
these places don't really give you that.
I
It's like
know,
just pay to keep the lights on.
right? But they should be getting money from the customers for that.
hmm
Yeah.
Yay for independent club.
Yeah. But I know some corporations get it right too, like
Oh yeah.
but it's just not
That
like
depends on the management and
absolutely. It depends on the people, and sometimes you just can't get good people in certain places. I feel
hmm
like there's some clubs that probably should have stayed independent
yeah.
because they get neglected in that area. And I'm confused as to
Yeah.
why they were ever taken over in the first place.
I offered, oh, I don't know, a lot of money.
I guess. Right, but why would you? I just like, is it just purely for a write off? Is it purely just to say that you own 100 clubs or like, you do what I mean?
I
Like,
don't know.
is it just a number? Because
I think the more establishments you own, I mean, yeah, you lose focus of the people in each of them, and honestly, you have so many policies lined up that if it fucking goes to shit, then they just get rid of it somehow.
because for me, it's absolutely quality over quantity.
hmm
I will
But
always believe that.
a corporation, not always.
No, and I feel like, but corporations could have that, and there are some
hmm
successful corporations like that. Like you
Oh
walk
yeah.
into it, and there is a standard that they have to maintain if they're one of those clubs. But then I just feel like sometimes that doesn't translate, and
Yeah.
small clubs get bought, but then they get ignored because they're not making money. So then it's just a write off,
hmm
which is really shitty for the people that have to work in that area. Yeah.
Because they're not thinking about what's going on around those buildings they just bought.
Yeah.
Some of them, a lot of them do. A lot of them care. I've seen it in action where management was fucking up and corporate stepped in.
And sometimes, yeah,
So
and
like,
honestly, but sometimes, like, if a corporation comes in and buys a club where the owner or the owner's fucking friends have been taking the piss. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's
hmm
been times when, like, I've walked into clubs that have been privately owned as well, and there's fucking huge signs on the dressing room wall that says, like, $200 fine if you do this. If you walk out with your shoes off, then it's like a $50 fine. If you fucking do this, then it's a $50 fine immediately. And I'm like, you can't, they're in the middle of nowhere, and these girls have no other option. So it's like, this club hasn't been sued yet. But, you know, but
that's
like,
yeah,
that is the type of club where you would be like, I hope a corporation comes in and takes this shit over because that shit doesn't fly anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
Some people
like,
just need to be reined in. Some people, some like,
but yeah, but there are other places where I'm like, man, like this club would have benefited from being more of a boutique place and
hmm
had someone come in and just put all there because it's not going to make that much money for it to be a great, like, it's not ever going to be a top earner in a corporation's list of clubs, but it would be a good place for the locals and the local girls and for like one or two partners to make a decent amount of money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a small.
Yeah. Just a small enterprise. And yeah, a lot of the time you see clubs that you're like, man, the personality's sort of gone from it.
Yeah, I think COVID took a lot of wind out of everyone's sails.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, that fucked everybody for a long time. Still, like, permanently too. So I guess
Yeah,
we'll
I
see
feel
how
like
things rebuild.
there's some clubs that I don't even know if they're gonna ever open again. They're just sitting there empty. They should turn them into content houses. Like not open
Wait,
as a strip club, but like just redo like as and just have it filming. Like just yeah, just make
make a lot of
stripper
money off
movies.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, just like
Music
just
videos,
stream like and
let
have
the
people
girls.
rent it out for content. Yeah, music videos, content creators. I don't know, some stripper TV show. That'd be great.
Never
Yeah,
ending fucking income. It's like buying a funeral home.
a funeral home. Do you have
People
to
don't
have
stop
like a
dying.
special like if you buy a funeral home, you have to have a special license? Like I feel like do you have like you can't have a record, right? If you own a crematorium.
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
So that's not where I was going, but I know exactly where you were going.
But would
And
you
I feel like, uh,
like
hmm,
do you have to be like you must have no criminal record, right?
don't think that's the case. I'm gonna Google it.
I feel like if I hadn't been a stripper, I might have ended up being like I still think about it sometimes. I would probably quite like to work in like be work in the ME's office, like work in the morgue.
I
But
would love to do that.
yeah, I would like it. But I don't want to work with some creepy guy that wants to fuck the corpses, and that's apparently way
Yeah,
more common.
I,
And that's why they want to hire women. But I feel like yeah, if you could get someone quirky that you could work with, I feel like you'd have a pretty decent day. It'd be so peaceful.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say something about the bodies thing, but we're not gonna go there. Do I got a license or anything?
I looked up
You
how
need a
much people.
license in Illinois for that.
Yeah. So, oh my God. So not far from you guys, there is a this is a pet crematorium, like a pet cemetery. No, not a pet cemetery, but a pet crematorium, right?
Hmm.
Like they do pet funeral services. They were investigated, and they were not giving people their pets back. Like they were just giving. Yeah, I don't. They were under investigation. I don't know how it got on people's radar, but they were receiving ashes. I don't know what was happening to the pets, but when they got their pets back, that was not their pets. I don't know what was happening. Like they were just like, or they just putting all of these pets all together and burning them all at once and just breaking up the. Yeah, I don't know
Oh
how
my
they
God,
caught
that's
them,
so
but
sad.
like, I know that was not far from you guys. That was in Illinois. That was a while ago. I know there's just so much shisty behavior going on.
You hear about those? I think it's Alabama, one of the prisons there. They found like a couple hundred inmates had been buried there without any notification to their families or anything.
Wait, they just fucking died, and nobody did that. No, there was no investigation. No, like
The
nobody got
state
informed.
buried them. No one
How
was
long ago was
informed.
that?
It was recently.
They had to have
Uh,
been under suspicious circumstances, right? Otherwise, they would have. That's so wrong.
mm-hmm.
Did they have family members that then were like, where's,
Yeah. So,
and were
uh,
they in there for life, or were they going to be released?
let me find everything.
That's so fucking wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The prison system here
I don't know if
is
it was
revolting.
Alabama. It's horrible. I wanted to work in prison reform at one point, and
You're too hot.
I, I'll wait a few years. I like dressing like a boy. It's okay. Nobody looks at my curves when I dress the way I dress. So it's
Ba ba da 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 da. If you leave too long, if you leave a silence for too long, I'm gonna fill it with some dumb shit.
That works because it'll just automatically get cut from it. When I edit, it automatically just bye. So 215 bodies buried in unmarked graves behind a jail outside of Jackson, Mississippi. January
Jackson,
10th, 2024.
were they people of color?
More than likely, of course. Like they would never get away with it if they weren't. Like, let's be honest.
That's
So,
revolting.
yeah, it's fucking horrible.
Did they
So,
did they get sued?
it says the families are angry that they were never notified of the deaths and how their loved ones are buried in graves marked by just a metal rod and a number. Amna Nawaz, I know I butchered that, discussed the disturbing details that emerged with Betterson Wade and attorney Ben Crump. Ben Crump's that really good civil rights attorney.
Mm-hmm.
So looks like they're gonna sue the fuck out of him. Yeah, it's horrible.
Well,
I mean,
they
they didn't
should.
even.
That's fucking wrong. Like, to not even inform them. I feel like they died under suspicious circumstances.
Oh, for sure. And one of these guys, he died with he was buried with his wallet in his front pocket with his ID and home address and insurance card, but they still did not notify the family.
What the fuck is going on? I feel like we're getting worse. I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like society was like on this track, and then at some point we got to this level, and now we're fucking going down again. I feel like we're on a downward slope. It's
me too.
oh, it stresses
I
me
am
out because
thankful.
everybody wants to be everybody just wants to be like a TikTok hoe and make podcasts with their tits out, and nobody wants to be a fucking electrician. Like, I think I'm gonna learn a trade.
Here, it's just something.
I think that I have to combat this, like the 20 years that I've spent just like making money from like just basically bringing joy. I need to offset that and learn a trade so that I can be a useful fucking human. Because
you were very
there's
useful
so many
human.
I know I did. I was like, I've been a naked therapist. I get that. But like I need to do something that combats this, so I'm not just contributing at this point to this fucking decline of humans, like of society, because I feel like that's where we're at.
We'll start a nonprofit.
Yeah, we could start a nonprofit. Like, no, I could work. I would like happily work in like human services, like social work or something like that. But I want you learn how to be useful, like grow food,
What's horrible about
put lights on, build shit. Do you know what I mean? It's too fucking late for me to probably be an engineer, but like engineers, like that type of shit is hot. Like, honestly, the sexiest thing that I've always felt this. Like, I am always attracted to men. Not like I'm always attracted to men who are not like necessarily fucking businessmen, but are like tradesmen or can build some shit or make something work or fucking know how to do something useful that I need. That to me is the sexiest fucking thing. And I feel like I need to start not just being like, sort of like be free and make naked art. I need to start contributing. I'm going to grow my fucking garden for starters. I know how to like grow a fucking garden, but I need to like work out like, like water irrigation and fucking, electricity, energy, fixing cars, shit like that.
A self-sustaining garden.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah. Well, I've already got that. My lemon tree is beautiful. It's gonna have lemon tree.
If you start like canning anything or making any like jams or jelly,
I feel like if I'm just canning, I'm just contributing to diabetes at that point.
I can get it. I can use the calories.
But yeah, no, I've saved a bunch of jars. Like, so yeah, I could start putting like, I don't know, pickling vegetables. I love the antipasto.
Mm-hmm.
Antipasto vegetables. That stuff is so good. Yeah.
What a brainstorm. I feel like you could do whatever. You can actually go and take a bunch of course like Harvard courses and shit. You won't get the credit, but you could take the courses
You can take the
online for
courses
free.
online. I looked into like to being how to be an electrician. I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's not like it's hard work, but it's not like I have to carry a lot of heavy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I could learn how to be. I could be a Sparky. I feel like, yeah,
You
I
should.
feel like that
The
would suit
hottest
me.
electrician ever.
Yeah. And then when I show up like fucking 4 hours late, they're gonna be like, oh, okay.
It's fine, guys. It's fine. Just do it.
It's okay.
You can always take some of that equipment outside and start operating heavy machinery.
No, that's another thing. I want my yeah, that's something I can get. My like the digger driving license. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually something I can get through my means. I do want to do that. For sure. Operating heavy machinery is a good idea. And I thought about even getting my CDL and getting and being a truck driver. But I just don't, that will not be fun. Like you have to do that with another person. And then you could like TikTok away and be like hot truck drivers. That would be super fun and people would watch that. But I don't want to be a truck driver by myself. Like I do not want to be a long haul truck driver. That'd be lonely as shit.
Yeah.
I would
But
start
also you'd have a CB
having
radio.
I would start letting lot lizards come in and keep me company for the night. Like I can see how it happens. I do. I can see it.
Like, girl, you look cold. Get in here.
Yeah, I'm cold. You must be cold. Come on in.
Be awesome.
Do you want to be on our podcast?
Exactly.
You have to be a
Podcasting from the bed of
brave
it.
fucking bitch to be a lot lizard. Like that is
Aren't they? Yeah. Aren't
to work a truck stop. That is frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've got to be, man. You've got to be brazen and tough. That's the scariest job I can think of, probably.
You would have a CB radio, and sometimes we have one in the truck, and we just kind of fuck with the truck drivers on the road.
Yeah.
And like, I downloaded all the lingo, so we'll start fucking with them, and they're
If
great.
you were on tour, do you know how much money you could make if you had one of those radios and you pulled into truck stops and you'd be like, hey, this is Raven, Carly, and Bambi Wild. We're going to be pulling into this truck stop and we've got a bunch of merch. If you want to come meet us, we could totally do that. Truck drivers would buy all of your shit.
Reminds me of this next time we are traveling to the same place.
Okay, but we also need, like, in order to do that, you probably also need security to go with you. Like,
Come on.
The thing is, like, when I travel by myself, I travel in complete incognito. Like, I wear sweats. I don't have my makeup. Like, I fucking, you finish at 6 o'clock in the morning, you go back to your hotel, you like try and sleep for 2 hours, you have a shower, you're like, you put your hoodie on and your sweats, and you're just like, basically, you've been the center of attention. You've been like the star of the weekend, and you've just been this like sexy, hot, naked nymph for the whole, like you've been everybody's fantasy for like the last 72 hours, and you're exhausted and you haven't had enough sleep, and the last thing you want to do is put a full face of makeup on and smile at the fucking gas station attendant. Like you're like, you want to get to where you're going, and that is part of, I kind of like that traveling day and just being like eat junk food, load up on caffeine, and just drive and listen to like whatever music, podcasts, murder podcasts. I like to listen to Trixie and Katya. Yeah, or Bailey Sarian. I like her podcasts too. If I listen to too many crime, like murder story like the murder mystery makeup, if I listen to too many murder podcasts in a row, by the time I get home and it's dark and I'm by myself, I'm all twitchy.
Yeah.
So I had to stop doing that. Like that was the one thing, I was doing it all the time. And I was on tour all the time. And when I was in my hotel by myself, I was watching nothing but Forensic Files on repeat, over and over again, Forensic Files. And then I'm listening to murder podcasts all the way home. And then like every time I hear something, or like every time a dude looks at me, I'm like, he's gonna tell me. Which he may be. very well.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
history has taught us anything, I may have been right. But at the same
yeah.
time, I don't want to be this twitchy bitch all the time.
No, I actually it scared the hell out of me when I drive to Louisiana a lot with my son.
Mm-hmm.
So I share custody. So at least a minimum 5 times a year we're making that drive,
Mm-hmm.
um, round trip. And I prefer to drive at night because
Yeah, me
there's no
too.
traffic. You're not hitting the city at crazy
It's not
hours.
amateur fuckwits driving. It's
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
professional drivers at night. No, it's great. Yeah.
And so when I do stop, I try to be strategic about it and try to only go to gas stations, like big truck stops and everything.
Yeah.
And I was really fucking safe about this. And there was a crowd, and we parked right at the entrance. And I was walking out, and there was this guy who was panhandling outside, and he came up to me and decided he wanted to show me some of his like moves that he learned when he was in Vietnam. Like put his hands on me.
Ooh.
Like, and I was looking at people like, is no one gonna fucking do anything? Like, I have my kid here, Bride was in the car. And I talked him down for her to get off of me in a way so I could just kind of get out. But the fact that people looked me dead in the eye and saw that I needed help and kept
And won't help
walking,
you. Yeah, they just want to
no,
mind their own business. I know.
I
It's
was
fucking
like,
gross.
oh man, that's so scary.
Yeah, no, you have to
And
protect yourself. Don't. Oh my God, I told you about this. I got followed the other night. No, the other
oh
day.
God,
The
yes.
fucking daytime. And it was like, stayed at a hotel because I didn't want to drive all the way home. I had stuff to do in Tampa that day. So I'm like walking out, I walk out of the hotel, I get into the car, and this dude is just staring at me. And not in a like staring at me. I know when somebody's checking me out. And I know
Hmm.
when someone is checking me out. And
Hmm.
he was being inappropriate. And I was like, what the fuck are you looking at by the by the time, But he drove off first. So I don't think about it at all again until I get to my breakfast destination. I get to this cafe that I always go to, and he fucking pulls up there. And then he watches me walk in, and it's not until I stare at him. He doesn't come in and get food. He just sits in his fucking car. And so I look out the window at him, and I see him seeing me see him, and he drives off again. So at that point, I'm texting you his fucking number plate. I text his
Hmm.
license plate, and then I had my fucking breakfast and I got ready, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is thinking it's going to all be done. And then the motherfucker pulls up again as I'm getting into the car. What? What do you want? You trafficky piece of shit. Like, it was so creepy. It was so creepy. And I should have probably driven, I had to make a report, but I should have just driven, let him follow me, and driven all the way to the police station.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's scary. And I started watching this documentary on Amazon tonight or earlier today, and it was all about women that had escaped trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
And, even as, we're around a lot of shit and
Mm-hmm.
we know what to watch for or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But some of those fucking stories, it's like, it's just, it's so easy to fall into,
Yeah.
especially
No,
in
especially,
relationships,
yeah,
that
dude,
it
you
just
think some
blew my
dude fucking
fucking
loves you,
mind.
but really he's trying to make money off you. Like, he will literally sell you. It's like
Your
horrifying.
manager, yeah, letting your
Yeah, yeah.
boyfriend be your manager
Managers,
is a
someone
horrible
asking you
idea.
if you want to come. Like, how many times have you been invited to some amazingly obscure location for $10,000 as a model
Oh
on
my,
Instagram? And I'm like, I know what you're doing, you dumb fuck. But I'm sure that there's like 18-year-old girls, and probably there's
hmm
like 14-year-olds online. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure that there's probably girls that have not had that much experience in life, that when this person who seems legit and sends them a website and everything and tells them that they're going to go to the Bahamas and shoot for like this lingerie catalog and, all of that stuff, I'm sure that $10,000 sounds amazing and they feel really
hmm
glamorous. But yeah, I'm
And
sorry
I think
about.
that's just how it goes and how
Right,
it's done.
exactly. There's got to be people that go for it, and it's just, yeah. The number of times I've been invited to Dubai, I'm like,
You in Dubai, fucking gold, gold.
I know. I'm like, I'm good, thanks.
Ah,
And there's
perfect.
been other times when I'm like, this could potentially be legitimate. Like, I've been invited over to Europe to compete in like pole competitions or showgirl competitions, and they have a whole website and it looks legitimate, but they're like, look, they find me on, and they message me on Instagram, so I'm immediately like suspicious. But then I look at it and I'm like, this looks like an amazing venue. This is either going to be the best experience of my life and I'm going to have an amazing time, or I'm going to end up chained to the back of a truck and no one is ever going to hear of me again. And that's going to be my story.
Easy.
Exactly. So it's it's so difficult to determine, which is why if you travel overseas and you do that type of stuff, you have to have the right connections. You have to have the people that can contact you. Like, every time you go somewhere, you can't just be trusting some bitch on the internet.
Exactly.
It has to be somebody that can give you a reputable agency, or it's
Well, it's scary nowadays too, because it's so easy to fall into, especially if there's a woman fronting it or
It
someone that
always
you
is
might be
though
able to
now.
relate
Like,
to.
I don't remember the last time I was messaged by a guy that I even read the guy's message. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now they're getting smarter. So it'll be they've catfished. There is probably a fucking catfish account out there with yours or my pictures, and it's some fucking trafficky cunt trying to kidnap girls. You know what I mean? It's like the person that you're speaking to is probably not this woman whose pictures are beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's some girl and she's this, she's the marketing manager of whatever agency, and it starts off like it's $10,000 for a lingerie shoot. Oh, but then it's going to be porn. Like, it's going to be a little bit of porn. Like, are you comfortable with this? And I'm going to turn up and I'm not going to have any option at all if there's a shoot at all. You know what I mean? Like,
if it's not just a fucking dungeon where you're gonna sell me off.
I'm gonna end up on somebody's boat, and not in a good way.
Dexter boat.
Yeah, somebody's decked the boat for sure.
I feel like the industry also, they've got to get a little smarter with how
just letting people in who offer money. I'll start this. Let me waltz in here with my fucking hat that is 10 times bigger than me and my weight belt. I'm legitimate. Let me sponsor this. Let me put my name right on here. Give me some hoes. Yeah. Oh, this guy, he's going to give me some money. Yeah, let's fucking give him access to all of these women. Yes.
It's infuriating. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, a bunch of us were contacted by a young man. I
wasn't. I was contacted by an agent and a club who had been contacted by him. Like,
so,
I will tell you, I did not fall for this shit. Grown men were falling for it.
We didn't fall for it, but we were contacted by him. And we were like, it doesn't make sense. Why does he want, what does he want from us? If he wants to promote, then here's the promo prices. What else do you want?
Right.
And it just all seemed really shady. And then we were hearing that, he was contacted by those people that contacted you, and a bunch of deals fell through, and then it just got really shady, kind of took over, like hijacked the competition, and it was very strange. And then it comes out like, and he actually got into he reached out to a lot of people, and he seemed relatively convincing.
Yeah, and he was waving a lot of imaginary money around. It got a lot of attention.
Yeah, because the old dudes, they saw Instagram numbers and they think that means everything.
But you can buy Instagram numbers.
I can give you the fucking website, guys. There's plenty of them.
Santa Claus isn't real, and you could literally buy 1 million followers if you wanted to.
It's relatively cheap.
And sometimes the pole does spin, and it's not the stripper spinning. We may as well just ruin everything for everybody today.
Damn, broke my heart. So, but what kills me about it, and a good point was brought up, that this person who turns out to have just turned 18.
Right. Can you imagine an 18 Can you imagine an 18-year-old girl wandering in and being like, even if she walked in with a bag full of actual money and was like, I want to sponsor this, like, how many people would take her seriously?
Not fucking one of them.
If you had
Not
20
one.
years in the industry as a woman, you're going to still come up against more scrutiny than this kid did.
He's a little Speedy Gonzalez. This guy cute though. He's just
It was
like, and he was
like
wearing a really his cowboy. He was swimming in it. He looked like one of the Island Boys from far away, but like
he looked
with
like
like
the
that
Milky Bar
skinny, that
kid, but
small.
yeah. Or that there's like that little mouse. Is he a Warner Brothers cartoon?
Yeah,
That's what he reminded
Speedy.
me of. Was that Speedy Gonzalez?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that happened very quickly and was, I mean, it squashed pretty quickly too. You just had to Google him, which no one bothered to do.
I I couldn't do anything but sort of laugh about it. Like, and then yeah, and then I someone like people white people I respect like were going for it, and then they'd be asking me like, oh, you need to make a post and tell like warn all the features like to just block them. I'm like, well, I can't do anything at that. I can't actually say that. I can't tell people. I can say, but I feel like I shouldn't have to make a post to say how about this person is not legitimate. I feel like nobody should have had to have made that post. I feel like we all should have been like, no.
Yeah. Well, I got concerned
It's
because,
kind of funny now. It's
it's funny to
funny.
look back on. I'm pissed for one of our features, because she was putting something together
Yeah.
and it got completely fucked up and now, she's backed out of it completely and it breaks my heart, but we will fully support, whatever
Right,
she
but
does
she
plan on
should
doing in the
just,
future.
this is a sign for her that she should just do her own thing. You find you are better off if you're an independent person, if you're a feature and you're wanting to branch out, you're better off getting the support of a club that you trust and
Well,
maybe
the
an
problem
agent
was
and maybe an agent.
she did have another offer
Right.
for sponsorship, and that offer came after this was taken over by.
Yeah.
So, she just washed her hands of it, which was smart, but it breaks my heart because
Annoying.
I was really excited I was going to compete and I really wanted to do a pole competition. I haven't done one in a long time,
Right.
but yeah, that happened. So we don't know any more details on that. But that's funny that you mentioned that because that's not actually where I was going. I was actually going.
Well, I just take it wherever, you know.
But I mean, it kind of does. It goes right into it. I was referring to like, you know, you got to take care. The industry needs to learn how to take care of their entertainers because the entertainers have started learning how to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And unless
Yeah.
you can offer something better than what they're
Yeah.
getting on their own, then you need to be really careful. In general, and with all employees, because I see so much money being pumped in a lot of these big name clubs. Not any of that's going to employees. Like, don't you? It's just like with the military. You got a bunch of people doing a hard fucking job. You've got to keep morale up, or motherfuckers are gonna go crazy. Like,
And not with a pizza party. Yeah.
on that note,
Is it time to go? Do we?
we'll wrap it up.
Oh God.
That was hot.
Yeah.
Your boobies showing, but it
Oh.
kind of blends in.
Oh.
But for some reason, every
It
time
is
your
what
nipple
it is.
comes
It's
out
like,
in a photo, it's always not flat. It's never fucking flag.
who's not flagged? What?
No, like anytime we like, because if you actually look at our promo for the Future Creatures for this
Mm-hmm.
season, you're in it, and in that photo, you can see a little outline of your nipple.
It's because nobody believes that anybody's nipples are that big.
Hmm.
Everybody thinks like now those nipples are like, but my nipples are like, they're like considerably like sometimes pasties do not cover this whole circumference of my
I have
areola.
such a tiny nipple. I feel like since I
I've got
got the
big.
implants, it's stretched out a bit.
I feel like it would look weird if I had small nipples.
It would. It'd be
I would
really
look like I
fucking
would have
weird
really like I think people think my boobs are natural even though they're not because of the
because of.
nipples. If I had small nipples, they'd be like, those are fake tits. Yeah.
Well, they look great. I love you and I love your tits.
I love your tits. I love everything about you, and I can't wait for you to slap a naked Bambi right there.
Yes, guys,
Ah!
you heard it first.
I
I'm
think we
gonna
should
have
start a
Bambi
go.
tattooed on me.
I think we should start a
Yes,
GoFundMe
I will do it if I can get enough in the GoFundMe to fund a very good artist.
and make it a naked Bambi tattoo. I will get. I'm gonna shoot with I'm shooting with Alfonso for Mad Creativity soon. I'm gonna be like, I need a picture just for Raven's tattoo.
Yes, please, please, please.
All right. I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Mwah. Good night. I'll talk
Good
to you
night.
soon.